All right. We are starting the Showmanship Show. The Showmanship Show. And I think, if I'm not wrong, this is the Pee Wee division. This is the Pee Wee division. We will have kids from 3 years old to 8. If I'm not wrong, I may be wrong. That's information that Miss Brandlin has more clear than me. But these are little babies showing, and the show is not just about the cattle, it's about the kids making their best effort to show. So stay tuned with us and don't go anywhere because we have the showmanship show, and the judging is about how good are the showmans managing the cattle that they present in the ring show. So here we are going to start this, so don't go anywhere. This is the Showmanship Show.
activities of Showmanship Day this afternoon. It's a day journey. The seasonal agricultural educator and here with experience in agricultural science education. Currently serves as an agricultural science and instructional officer and livestock show manager for the Acadian Independent School District, where he supports program development, student engagement, and coordination of one of the Texas' most active district livestock shows. A proud graduate of Sam Houston State University with a Bachelor of Science degree in agricultural education. Over the course of nearly 4 decades in the classroom in the area, his students have exhibited champion market and breeding animals at local and regional, state, and national levels, and achieved in speaker and his deep commitment to excellence and student success. We'd like to welcome Mr. Dave Fleming to evaluate our showmanship this afternoon. Thank you.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. It's exciting to be back here at Bluebonnet Classic and work with the youngsters. Going to have a great day. What a better way to start off this afternoon with these Pee Wee showmen. They've done a great job. What a tremendous future this breed has with these youngsters. Let's put our hands together and let's applaud these youngsters. Been waiting a long time today to get out here and do this part. You know, they've got a lot to do at the house, and a lot of times those younger siblings are the ones that, you know, just don't have quite as much attention sometimes when all this livestock show business gets started. It's great for them to have the opportunity to come out here and be a part and actually show and feel like they've had a big part in what's going on here. So again, congratulations. They're all winners today. I think we've got something for every one of them. Congratulations to all of you. As they leave again, let's give one more round of applause. Congratulations to all these Pee Wee showmen.
Thank you, Judge. I think we've got a little gift for all the participants down here on the north end of the ring. Just a few minutes, we'll be ready to get started with the 8-year-old showman. We'll start with our class one. We have only a single entry in this one, but it's Lily Smith, entry number 921.
Well, this young lady is doing a really nice job. She's scared off all the competition in this division, but young heifer here just wants to be with her contemporaries and her friends. And so, again, it just takes a great showman to be able to get these stuck at times, and appreciate this young lady staying after it and getting this done. So, again, let's give her a round of applause. Congratulate this young lady for winning this class.
Lily Smith, our single entry, she'll be coming back for an Otis Showmanship. Our class two, 4 entries. We have entry number 616, Quinn Paget. Entry 146, Cody Calhoun Jr. Entry 418, Wayne Hartley. Entry 358, Nick Garnett.
Well, another really good set of showmen here. These youngsters doing a really nice job. I think the one that really kind of combines the most for me, and I'm going to use the word moderation because I want you to move in moderation. I want you to be easy and methodical, and I want you to be slow about the way you go about it. But yet when we go, we got to be able to move with those cattle and make them walk out like they need to, but in a moderate way. And with that in mind, to me, there's some other things that go along with that. I watch you from the day or the point you walk in that gate over there from the standpoint of, are you in control? Are the cattle leading you, or are you leading the cattle? And I think that's one of those boxes we get checked off here in this particular class. And then when you set them up over here and I'm from the rear view, I like to see those cattle squared up. And so I'll ask you to move those feet. Sometimes I can just watch the way that you move that head, or how you maneuver those cattle's feet around. And so who's in control, those kind of things are going to be important through our showmanship competition. I think in this particular class, we've got two that are going to be our winners here in our jackpot as far as just a payback. Young lady on this end, she's going to win this particular drive for me. Congratulations to her. Outstanding job. I sure appreciate the way that she goes about, her mannerism, the way she stands out in front of the cattle, the way that she gets that heifer presented. Again, she's in full control. The young man here with the glasses is going to be second as well. Again, you did a great job. At times when we were head into the fence over here, needed feet set the way we needed to, a little shorter, a little smoother, a little slower with that stick, I think would really help you. Youngsters, y'all have done a great job. Let's please here in this particular class.
Thank you, Judge. Places in Class 2. First place, Quinn Padgett, entry number 616. Second place, Wayne Hartley, entry number 418. Third place, Nick Garner, entry number 358. Fourth place, Cody Calhoun Jr., entry number 146. On to Class 3. Also, we need to have Lily Smith and Quinn Padgett hanging around for a novice showmanship. Class 3, entering the ring, we have Caleb Cooper, entry 270. Ellie Gidrick, entry number 1139. Cora Rumke, entry 863. Emma Blackman, entry 129. Curtis McDonald, entry 602. Cole Thomas Hayes, entry 422. Leon Fontenot, entry 330. Wes Sunderland, entry 307. Iris Matthews, entry 582. Lane Hartley, entry number 415.
Well, again, another great set of showmen here in this particular class. Going to put this lineup together and not taking anything away from the youngsters on this side. You guys do a super job. You know, there might be little things when you hit that ring. Are you leading those cattle, or are they go walking through you? And so sometimes just having the right pace, working together, showing that teamwork that it takes there to get one put together. And so there's a lot of things that go into that. I love the confidence that you possess. I appreciate the fact, the eye contact that you guys got. Again, I can just see the enthusiasm, but yet still the competitiveness that it takes when you come to this ring. And so there's a lot of things that play into it. For me, I thought the four up here on this end are the ones that probably just the most fault-free. And I'm going to start with the fourth place here in this particular drive. Young man with this bull calf does a nice job. He's got a nice calf. To me, he works a little quicker with that stick. I'd sure like to slow him down, just to be a little bit more methodical about the way that he's kind of trying to keep that calf a little more relaxed. Sometimes we get tense and we get to really pushing that stick, and those cattle get a little unrestless as well, and so they can feel that. And so, young man, you do a nice job. That would be the only advice that I have for you today. Maybe just slow down just ever so slightly with that stick. I think it would maybe help him just kind of be more relaxed. But I like the way that you gathered him up. You're able to put his feet where I need them. You stand out in front of him. You do a nice job. Today we're going to use a young lady right here in front of me with this red heifer to be third. You do a nice job, young lady, and I'm going to tell you, I'm going to brag on you, okay? You do a super job, because this heifer's not acting really good for her today. Sometimes it takes a better showman to grab a hold of those cattle and get those stuck so we can get them placed, right? You got a beautiful heifer. It takes a little bit more sometimes. I know when I would hand those calves off to my kids, you know, sometimes they didn't act the way that they needed to. They've got their mind of their own, but you're the one that's in control. You showed that. You didn't get ruffled. You didn't lose your composure. I like those things about you. You just didn't get the cooperation today with that heifer. You did a nice job to be third. Young lady directly behind is going to be second with this gray heifer. You do a very nice job. I like the fact that you get out in front, you give me a nice silhouette. When you put that heifer together on the profile, she looks outstanding, okay? When we are over here against the fence, head in, I'd like to see you be able to get those feet set like they need to. Sometimes it's a little harder, but I'm watching the way that you're maneuvering that head. We can move those feet by moving that halter a little bit, okay? But I love your style. I love the fact that you show me lines. You stand out in front of those cattle. That posture is outstanding. You do a nice job. Going to use young man on this end to win this particular drive. For me, he's the one that's the most relaxed. They come together as a team. I appreciate that. I can tell that she trusts him, he trusts her. They work together so good. He squared her up as he set her up in here to begin with. When he was leading, he was in control. She stayed behind him. When you get this heifer set, I like the fact that you get out in front. I like pretty cattle. I like to see lines in those cattle. You show me that in your posture. Again, you're very slow and methodical about the way you handle your stick. Again, your shoulders are presented and they're pointed at your heifer. Your head's on a swivel. You do all the good things right. Congratulations, you'll win this drive. Let's put our hands together. Let's applaud these youngsters. Another really good set of showmen here in this particular class.
Thank you, Judge. This first place, entry number 270, Caleb Cooper. Second place, Eli Gentry, entry number 1139. Third place, Leon Fontenot, entry number 330. Fourth place, Lane Hartley, entry 415. That's how much the money win in this task. Wingy Lily Smith, entry 921. We need Quinn Padgett, entry number 616. And we need Caleb Cooper, 270, for our novice showman.
Well, in this junior division, we've got an 8-year-old, a 9-year-old, and a 10-year-old. And I'm telling you, the quality is tremendous. You guys do a super job. This little young lady down here, 8-year-old, is so heifer sometimes gets to where she wants to push her around, but she's in there, she's sticking that heifer, she's getting that heifer put together like she needs to. Great job. Young lady, continue to just face this way for me. You know, just turn those shoulders and look that way, and you do an outstanding job. That heifer just didn't quite cooperate as much with you today. Young lady here in the middle, I really appreciate the fact that you're in control, the posture that you show. Again, just the confidence that you possess. You can just read it in your face. You were the one that was in control. I appreciate it. It was tough, it's challenging between the two of you two that were here in this 9 and 10-year-old. Young lady, yeah, that 9-year-old is going to be my champion in this particular division. Congratulations, you guys did a super job.
Entry number 616, Quinn Paget, our novice showman. Move on to our 11-year-old. Entry number 226, Dace Clark. Entry number 142, Kimber Calhoun. Entry 917, Jackson Smith. Entry 609, Mackenzie No. Entry 1105, Addie Wright.
Well, again, a really good set of showmen. I'm going to show you, to me, the top three that hit me the hardest today in this particular division. Young man on this end is going to be third today. He does a nice job. At times he gets into the corner there, and that heifer wants to get out in front of you. You need to make sure that you stay in charge and that you beat her in that curve, in that corner there, and then you come out ahead of her where she'll slow down a little bit for you, okay? Do a nice job. Keep your shoulders pointed that way. Use your head on a swivel. Slow down with that stick just a little bit. Heifer comes together for you nicely. Those are some things that you might want to just kind of change, okay? But you do a great job. I love the confidence. He'll stare a hole in you. Appreciate that about you. You're doing a nice job. Again, the lines you show me, appreciate that in you, okay? Young man on this end is going to be second. Does a nice job with this bull calf. At times you get to where you're picking too much. You need to look up over here. I think you need to make him square to that fence or parallel to that fence as you can. Set him up, get out in front of him. The calf looks nice. You go to picking at him and he is constantly moving. I think they just need to set him up on a good profile view, loin his top, present him the best you can. You do a nice job. I'd step out just a little bit farther in front of his nose, give you a nice silhouette. Young lady's going to win this particular class for me. He's right here in the second hole. You do a nice job, young lady. Appreciate the confidence that she possesses. She stands out in front of that heifer. You give you a nice silhouette, look to her front end. You keep her all squared up like you need to. You did a great job over here. Again, you left yourself some room out in front. I appreciate that about you. You did a nice job to win this division. Let's put our hands together and applaud all these youngsters. Really nice job here. Congratulations.
€11 results. First place, entry number 142, Kimberly Coon. Second place, entry 226, Chase Clark. Third place, entry 1105, Hattie Wright. Moving on to our two girls, entry number 1004, Adelaide Wainwright. Entry 586, Kane Matthews. Entry 1140, Lace Vondenstein. Entry 890, Preston Shelley. Entry 800, Kenan Rao. And 154, Kerry Carlin. Entry 637, Harper Parkins. Entry 290, Kayla Dotson.
Well, again, a really good job of showing. You kiddos do a fantastic job. I knew when I got the invitation to come back that the water was going to be deep and you guys were going to be very competitive. And I appreciate that about you. I know that showmanship, sometimes you guys are working with people in the crowds and in the back there and kind of help you at home and really try and get you perfected on what you're trying to do here and get these cattle presented. And now you got to turn around and meet what this old man wants to see in you as a showman. And so sometimes, hopefully, you're standing in the back, you're listening to some things that I talk about that I like to look for, and so hopefully you bring those to the ring, and that just becomes the fact that they're just meeting my type of things that I like to see in a showman, and ultimately, let's get the cattle showed. That's the most important thing. But again, just little things that I'd maybe like to change. Young lady that's going to be fourth in this particular drive for me today does a super job. Just I like her heifer a great deal. I even commented that about the heifer. She does a super job. She gets out in front. You can just see the posture and the composure that she has. She presents her in a nice way. Maybe you want to change, young lady, I would take your shoulders. I'd point them a little more towards your heifer. Put your head on a swivel, and that way you can kind of look around. I'm talking about you, young lady. You do a great job. You're going to be fourth in this drive. Super job. Again, the way that you presented the heifer I thought was very nice. Just might want to change that ever so slightly. Again, just kind of turn your body a little bit more towards your heifer. I think that would just kind of say, hey, Judge, this one's mine. I got my head on a swivel. I can look around and see what I need to see, right? So you did a good job. Young lady down here and that's standing in the second hole is going to be third. You do a really nice job. I'm not taking anything away from you. You do a nice job. You get her squared up over here when we're head into the fence. She walks into that stop and things like that. Sometimes you're looking over the top of my head. I think you're looking more above me. Maybe I just think you need to look more at what I'm looking at right here and saying, hey, Judge, I'm right here. I got the heifer you need to look at. Look at what I've got here today. I like the way you get out in front. You really show the elegance of that heifer through her front 1/3. Appreciate that about you and the way that you go about doing your business. Young lady with this maroon shirt with this red brindle heifer, you're going to be second in this drive. I like the things that you do, the comfort that she gets out and moves. To me, she looks relaxed. She looks like I'm going to take this heifer, I'm going to go, and I think that heifer follows you. She does a nice job. You get her set up from when you need to on her profile. You gave yourself enough room in there. I appreciate that about you. You're going to be second today. Congratulations. Young lady that's going to be first in this drive does a nice job. I'm going to start off with the fact that I like the fact that she gives herself plenty of room here. In case she gets in a storm, she's got enough room to move that heifer the way that she needs to. She gets her squared up from behind on this end. She gets her set up again. She walks relaxed. She gets out and moves. Young lady, you're going to win this particular class for me. Congratulations. Let's put our hands together one more time. Great job, showman. Y'all doing an excellent job.
Congratulations, 5-year-olds. Class 5, 12-year-olds. First place, Claire Carlin. Number 154. Second place, Lace Vonstein. Entry number 1140. Third, Adelaide Wainwright. Entry number 1004. Fourth place, Harper Perkins. Entry number 637. Class 6, 13-year-olds. Entry number 101, Itty Bitty Bailey. Entry number 651, Corrigan Ramirez. Entry number 963, Cooper Bonton. Entry number 1137, Henry Lowen. Kimberly Calhoun, Carl Carolyn, be ready to come back in for your junior showmanship after this class.
Well, we got 4 in this drive. 2 of you are going to be awarded here, and I think every one of you do a nice job. There's things I like about each one of you. You know, just again, there's some little things that I'd like to maybe just see you do different. I think could kind of help you. I want you to walk natural. Okay, the young lady up there in front does that. I like the fact that when she gets out and goes, it looks like a natural gait between her and her heifer. Like to see that heifer travel, and you can see that she's not holding that heifer back, and yet she's got a nice pace to her. She looks comfortable in the way that she walks. I appreciate that about her. Young lady here that's got this heifer that was in that second spot there does a nice job as well. You get her stuck, but you get to where you're moving a little quick. I'd like to see you just slow down when I come across the front of your heifer there. Just be more relaxed, a little bit more moderate in your movements. Just kind of ease around that heifer. When you walk her in, you do a nice job of getting her set there. Appreciate that about you. Young man here that's standing in this third spot right here does a nice job. I like when you get her set, you get out in front of her, you probably do the best job of walking her into that set. You get turned around, and you start sticking her in her chest, and she starts to get more relaxed and kind of slows down and gets there. I'd like to see you just a little bit easier going. Sometimes you're just too slow and too methodical. I'd like to see you just more relaxed and just easy and go, just like you would if you were just walking around the barn. Young man here with the red heifer, again, does a nice job. At times she gets a little unruly and wants to push through you. Those are some things that maybe just get her to relax a little bit more. Today's just maybe not quite her day. You guys do an awful good job as well all the way through. Young man here is going to be first in this drive. Young lady out there is going to be second. Congratulations to all of you.
Class 6, our 13-year-old, first place, Cooper Von Hahn. Second, entry number 101, Itty Bitty Bailey. Coming back in now for our junior showman, we need Kimber Calhoun, entry number 142, Claire Carlin, entry 154, and Cooper Von Hahn, entry 963.
Well, all 3 of these are very smooth, they're very methodical, but yet still relaxed, and they move naturally. I think it looks like a natural movement to them. I appreciate the fact that the teamwork with their heifers, again, maybe just tweak a few things on a few of them, and the one that really puts it all together for me and my style, young lady up here on this end, is going to be my winner.
Kimber Calhoun, entry number 142, junior showman. Our intermediate showman, we have 15 entries. 14-year-old here. Lily Vaught, entry number 995. Eli Parks, entry number 629. Baxter Whitworth, entry 1062. Drake Burrow, entry 974. Donald Garrett, entry 375. Jose Hampton, entry 1124. Ty Ritchie, entry 821. Ashley Ward, 1035. Paul B. Hayes, the 5th. Entry number 428. Hima Vanquez, 965. Brody Vickery, entry 983. Reese Alexander, entry 80. Isabella Lowen, entry 1138. Megan Willie, entry 1044. Avery Wright, entry 1103.
Big class, 15 in this drive. You guys do an outstanding job. Whether you get picked to be in the top 5 in this drive, this is just deep water. You guys do a super job. I'm sure you win a lot of places when you go and you show your cattle and showmanship. There's no doubt about it. You guys are all making me look good. Trust me. I could pick anybody out here and feel good about when I go home tonight knowing that these kiddos do a super job and that they deserve to win these things. And so congratulations to all of you. Let's put our hands together and applaud all 15 of these. Going to start off on this end. We're going to play some 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in this particular drive for me. I like this, the whole lineup here, these top 5. They're just natural about the way that they go from the ring, from walking in to getting them set up. I like the smooth and methodical movement. There's little things that they do different, perhaps. The eye contact, the confidence this young man has. He's always watching me, but yet he's walking natural. He gets out and he goes. He gets that heifer gathered up like he needs to, gives himself enough room. She doesn't always act just right. It's not about who can park him and leave him the longest. It's can you get them gathered up and get them shown like you need to. Young man, you do a nice job. You fit me in a lot of ways. The way that you keep her posture, you keep her head set, the way that you scissor those back legs on the profile, you put a lot of things together. Congratulations. Young lady's going to be second in this drive. Does a nice job. I like the way you move around. I like the way you hold your stick. Sometimes we get them so far out there, I feel like you're going to cast a spell on me. She pulls it in. She looks natural in the way she moves. She gets out in front. She's in front of the nose of that heifer. Again, you can see the silhouette of that female. She gets her hip tied down. She gets her loin like she needs to. You gather her up. I appreciate the job that you do. Congratulations. Like the movement in this next young lady as well. At times, though, you just got to, you can go, you almost use too much of the ring. Stay in line, just keep moving. You do a super job, though, again, any other day, and you move up all the time. Young man that's going to be next. I walked up here and from behind, and that heifer wasn't putting enough weight on that 1 foot. I want you to see that. I was going to wait to see if you picked up on it, but again, you knew how to get her to shift that weight. You know, I talk about this all the time, square them up from behind for me. I guess that's the old man in me, because when I read them over the top, I want to be able to read a big old square hip and read them from those pins, the hocks to the ground. That's why I want you to square them up. But I think sometimes it's a lost art that we're able to park those cattle. They get so used to being able to scissor those back legs, but yet there's times where we need to square them up. I need to see that big old hip in those females. Again, watch those fit. She's one that just gets a little bit knuckled over. We need to make sure she keeps the weight down like she needs to. Young lady that's next in this lineup is going to be 5th. You do a good job. She just gets out ahead of you sometimes. When you came in the ring, I thought, okay, here's one that's going to be a player. I knew you had the confidence. I could just tell the way that y'all work together. But yet at times, especially on the curves, she got ahead of you. Just make sure that you get that stick in front of her to slow her down. Everybody did a great job. Let's put our hands together one more time. Congratulate all these youngsters. Great job.
Thank you, Judge. Very good compliments in that class. Very tough competition. We have first place, Ty Ritchie, entry number 821. Second place, Peyton Willie, entry number 1044. Third place, Jose Hampton, entry number 1124. Fourth place, Baxter Whitworth, entry number 1062. And Donna and Garrett bringing up number 5th, entry number 375. Congratulations. And our intermediate showman, age 15, we have Cecilia Guerrero, entry number 394. Carly Priscilla, entry number 650. Carl Vera, entry number 982. Ross Turner, entry 943. Spider Burdine, entry number 139. Kinsley Gandy, entry 350. Chase Fontaine, entry 347. Addison Sanders, entry 868. Jackson Minks, entry 605. Dina Rumke, entry 866. Brandon LaRue, entry 516. 11 entries in this class.
just wanted to jump on the microphone and thank all of you for being here for our Showmanship show. Everyone knows that Brahmin kids are really tough kids on the stick. We're proud of them. And what we do with our Showmanship, I'd like to explain to you. We take all of the money that we've received in entry fees, we put that in a pot, and then we also put added money to it. We do a percentage of entries per division and divide the money up, and that's how much we decide how many placings are per class and how much money that they get. It's a tough competition as these older kids are out here and they're competing. Some of them in first place are getting $300, which is quite a bit for a showmanship class. We're proud to give it, and we do like to spread the money down as far as we can. So that is a little bit of how we do that, along with other things that we do for the show. I think all of you know that our purpose is giving back to our juniors in the form of scholarships through the Showmanship Clinic that Bullseye puts on. Then we also do this competition that we give all of the money back plus added money. We do consider our show to be the last hurrah before we all start back to school, and we want our show to be a fun family show where it's laid back. You come, you gather, you enjoy your friends, and we get to talk about the cattle we raise, how proud we are of them, and get to see how everyone else is doing with their breeding programs. It's just a fun time to gather and prepare going into the fall season, school starts. So it's been a busy summer, everyone doing their state and national show. And all of the competitions that you do there, your sales talk, your speeches, your herdsman awards, those are all awesome things. I had the privilege of judging some of the scholarship interviews at the All-American this year. And my one question was, what is your biggest regret or mistake that you would have changed, or would you tell a younger member? 9 out of 10 of those people said, I wish I would have started the contest at a younger age. The sales talk, the speaking, the herdsman quiz. They realize as they get older that those are things that prepare you in life to do good, for interviews, for just to be confident when you have to talk in front of people. They're little things that build your confidence, they build your character, and those are things that we feel that are important. So I do encourage you next year in the summer, just consider those things, those contests. That's a really important thing that will help your kids grow. Touching on our show, we are a nonprofit show. Everything that you give goes back to the kids, to the families, in form of the steak dinner, the hamburger dinner, all of the prizes that we give. Nothing is for profit for anyone here. It is just all out there to give. We have the snow cone truck coming tomorrow. Those are free snow cones for everyone. And also we've added on Saturday, we have cotton candy. We're gonna have cotton candy machines here, and the kids and the adults can come up and help yourself to fresh cotton candy. Just something fun that we wanna do, and everybody can help themselves with that. On another note, our steak dinner tonight, we'd like to kind of give you an update on that. We're thinking that we're gonna be maybe starting to gather around 6:30. That's tentative, but we do want you to know that we're gonna move that back a little bit, and we can all get our cattle settled and fed, and then we can all get over there and eat ourselves. So just tentatively set for 6:30, just a good heads up on that. Okay. We do have the juniors that are selling the bingo tonight cards, and they have raffle items as well. So if you're at the steak dinner, grab a bingo card and support the kids. We also have, the kickoff has this is the first time we've tried it, it's a raffle. We're giving away the cowhide luggage set. We're also giving a turtle box away. And then one of our vendors does trailer washing, aluminum trailer washing. So he's donated a free trailer wash as a prize as well. So if you see those tickets, go ahead and try. Those are some unique items that we could all use, I'm sure. So we'll get back to the showmanship competition, and just wanted to give y'all kind of an update of things that are going on.
I'd love to see everybody make it to the supper tonight. I know we're hungry. I hope we have enough. By George, they'll all come out and show that we don't have enough. I'd like to see everybody come with a good appetite. We got some good ribeyes, baked beans, pinto beans, green beans, baked potatoes. It's there, and we've done it for you. You just got to come out and get it. It's already there. It's on the plate. Well, it's on the pit. It's on the table. All you have to do is put it on the plate. We'll see you at supper tonight.
Well, congratulations to all of you. We're going to start on this end down here. Let's put our hands together and applaud all 10 of these youngsters. Good job. Tried to give all of you a little pointer as I went through and talked to them individually. I guess that's the teacher in me, maybe the dad in me, but I wanted you to know maybe what I'm looking for, what I like and see in you. This young lady out here, that team up there on that front end do a super job. They're both natural, they're relaxed. They seem to work together just awesome. I appreciate the job that she does. Gets her back turned to me a little more than I like. Don't turn you back to me and talk to me. I like to see you a little more squared up. Young man does a great job. He's so methodical about the way he's going about his business. It's unassuming. You don't even know he's there. He gets that heifer stuck like he needs to. I'd stand out in front of her like he is now. Give me a good read off of that front end. Congratulations. I don't want to play poker with the girl that's next. Man, she just needs to smile every once in a while because she does a great job. Gets a little bit more lean for me than I'd like to see. I'm afraid she's going to fall back. I want to push her up. These next three individuals, I want to compliment you because you didn't give up. Those were ones that were hard to get stuck, but they didn't quit. We got to get these cattle stuck so we can get them shown. It's not always about a showmanship. It's about getting those cattle stuck in a show, and you do that. You don't give up. That's where I want to see problem solving, right? We got a problem. Let's work through it. Let's get it done. Congratulations. Guys, y'all did a great job. We get out of line just a little bit. We need to scissor our feet. We need to make sure that we practice at home getting those legs scissored or where we get them squared up from behind. You guys do a super job. Congratulations to all of you. Put our hands together one more time. Congratulations.
Winners in intermediate showman 15-year-olds. First place, Cecilia Guerrero, 394. Second place, Ross Turner, entry number 943. Third place, Lena Rumke, entry number 866. Fourth place, entry Carly Porcella, entry number 650. And fifth place, Addison Sanders, 868. Now on to our intermediate showman. We need Ty Ritchie, entry number 821. And Cecilia Guerrero, entry number 394, for intermediate showman.
Let's put our hands together and applaud both these youngsters. This is a tough division. There's a lot of cattle and a lot of kiddos in these two drives, and you guys did an outstanding job. You rose to the top. You just fit my style, and I appreciate that. I have the opportunity to have the mic today, and so it's my privilege to be able to pick the ones that I like. I'm excited to see you two out here and the way that you go about showing cattle. You know, if I was put together a show team, I'd hand out scholarships, and I'd say to you young man, you young lady, here's some money. Come go to my school because y'all do the kind of job I want on my show team. I know if I was a breeder, I'd say, man, I want one of those kids to have my cattle because I know they know how to get them shown out here in the ring. And I know you spend some time. This didn't come by accident. You spend the time that it takes. I applaud both of you. I wish we had a Grand and Reserve in this particular drive because these are my two favorite. Today, the young lady is going to be my winner. Congratulations. Let's put our hands together. Great job, you guys.
Intermediate champion showman, entry number 394, Cecilia Guerrero. On to our 16-year-old, entry number 878, Sebastian Santa Cruz. Entry 344, Gretna Forrester. Entry 1121, Meg Bedrow. Entry 406, Anna Gutierrez. Entry 827, Cameron Ritkowski. Entry 512, Teal Cranky. Entry 293, Brianna Dollar. Entry 83, Ethan Alvarez. Entry 354, J.C. Garcia. Entry 334, Red Fontenot. Entry 986, Lily Valentine. Entry 120, Barry Belt. Entry 419, Ansley Hayes. This is your 16-year-olds.
Well, as we move into the senior division, it's getting deep. It's getting deep. It's high quality kiddos out here doing a great job. I feel the intensity. You all are revving it up here and doing a super job. I appreciate the attitude and just the eagerness and the try and the drive. I know the cattle are getting hungry. I know you are too. We're getting past time as far as to eat. I know you got a ribeye waiting on you, so neighbor, I'll push it as fast as I can here, but we're going to make sure we get the right ones up here. Some great kids, and I want to spend the time with them, but not take too much of your time. Young man, you're going to lead off this drive for me. Congratulations. Like the way that he gets out here in front. He stayed with it, kind of shook the deck a little bit, made a little changes, but I want to see, don't give up. Keep driving, keep pushing, keep going until the bell rings, right? So just keep after it. This young man's able to gather that heifer up. They work good together. He gives you a good profile. He's smooth, he's slow, but yet he's fast enough in the way that he goes in his pace. Appreciate that about him. There's not much lean there. I like that. Sometimes I worry about these kiddos. They lean so much, I'm afraid they're going to fall down. But again, your posture, your mannerism, the way that you work with your team there, you do a super job. You're moderate in everything you do, and I think that's important. You don't have to just be that flashy. You just sometimes just got to get it done, and I thought you did today. Congratulations to you. Young lady's going to be second right behind him, does a nice job as well. I like the way she gets out in front. She probably does a better job extending that arm, showing that front end of that heifer off. I think that's really nice. You do a great job of that. Kind of moved you around just to see how you would do. I was glad you stayed with it. Sometimes she gets a little tough and ornery with you. Love the profile. Congratulations on your second place here in this drive. Young lady here, I moved you out there in front, but there's one thing I would advise. I would loin that top. I kept waiting. You'd get her parked and you'd put those feet together where you need to, grab up on top, pull that loin down just ever so slightly, get her better out of her hip. I think that would change the way of her appearance on the profile, and that's what I need you to do to make her look even better. You do a great job, though. You're going to be third today. Congratulations. Like the way you get out in front here on this gray heifer. Again, you get her parked. Y'all work together. Her nose gets a little high at times. I mean, let's talk about it. We're in that senior drive, right? Let's keep that nose down where those cattle are looking forward and not so much up. So I would maybe just kind of keep that head down because she gets a little jammed up there in that front end. Might want to change that if we could because she's just tremendous out of her back top and down into her quarter, okay? So congratulations. Young lady that comes next, had to go way down there just to see what you would do. You get a little too slow at times. Let's pick up that pace just a little bit because that heifer wants to go. She's got a good gait to her. I like when you get out there and you go with your pace. Congratulations, you'll be fifth in this drive. Young lady does a nice job as well. The heifer just didn't work with her as much today and cooperate. Kind of ran into that with the next few. You guys do a super job. Let's put our hands together one more time. Let's applaud them before you leave the arena. Congratulations.
Good job, Judge. Thank you. Our results are on Class 16. First place, entry number 83, Ethan Alvarez. Second place, entry 986, Lily Van Ren. Third place, entry 344, Gretna Forrester. Fourth place, entry 827, Cameron Rudkowski. Fifth place, entry number 120, Barry Belt. Move on to our 17-year-olds. Claire Jalevka, entry 502. Trenton Garrett, entry 384. Savannah Remy, entry 815. Emma Pawonka, entry 640. Grayson Hensey, entry 429. Catherine Armature, entry 90. Presley LaRue, entry 522. Levi Reisner, entry 830. Madison Parker, 621. Ryan Mack Simpson, entry 1135. Mackenzie Willard, 1083. Total entries 11.
Well, again, just tremendous quality of kiddos and showmanship. You guys just do a lot of things right. You check a lot of boxes for me, and I think that's what's important. You know, you come out here and got to get them stuck. Things to remember, though, we kind of talked about it, you guys. It's good to see. I made a comment over here. You're listening in the back. You know, we got them all up here and they were all squared up from behind. I appreciate that. That means that you're listening to what that judge wants to see, and to me that's important. And I hope I gave you a good enough justification why I like that. To me, I need to be able to read that hip. I'm looking for that, right? We get them on this profile, let's scissor them out. Let's keep those noses in line. Let's keep that front end extended. Let's stand out in front of them. Again, he talked about me, lines and cattle. I like to see him in my showman as well. Puts all that together, nice unassuming posture. You guys do a great job. A little smile sometimes goes a long ways. I know it's got to be competitive and we're in here and it's business, but sometimes, you know, you got to act like you're enjoying yourself too, because I am. I'm enjoying myself today. So, young lady right here in the yellow is going to be third in this drive. You do a nice job. Again, just keep that nose straight in line. I like the way that you get her set up on the profile. Again, you get out there, you use the whole ring. You're smooth in the way that you go about your business. Very nice job. Young man directly in front is going to be second today. Do a good job as well. You stand out in front, keep that nose lined up. Again, you get those legs set, you walk her into where she needs to be parked right. You do all things right. You check them all for me. Congratulations. I like the room that you left yourself up here on this end. Young lady, you're going to be my winner in this drive. Congratulations. You guys do a super job. Let's put our hands together. Let's applaud all these youngsters. Great job.
Senior Showmanship, 17-year-olds. First place, entry 502, Fair Jaleka. Second place, entry 830, Levi Reisman. Third place, entry number 621, Madison Parker. Our class 11, 18-year-olds. Entries number 399, Carlos Carrera. Entry 1115, Hannah Wright. Entry 630, Reese Parrott. Entry 1128, Avery Kolachik. Entry 576, Damian Martin. Entry 1095, Addison Worrell. Entry 315, Providence Ezel. 7 entries in this class.
think this is our oldest division. Is that correct here? Our last class in this drive. Let's put our hands together and applaud these youngsters. Congratulations. Good job, y'all. Yay, I'm clapping for you. Trust me, I appreciate the job you're doing, the hard work you're putting in. You guys do a nice job. Got to keep that pace up. Sometimes they get a little slow. Sure like the way the young man with that red calf, the way that you turned when I went by in front of him. You're slow, you're very methodical. You get him set up. Again, it's just easy around him. I think that's important. Don't press. You know, I want to do well out in that showmanship, so sometimes those cattle can feel it. He's relaxed, you're relaxed. I appreciate that about the job that you're doing. Young lady, you just got to get him stuck. He gets to where he gets a little silly on you. That's that young juvenile, okay? That's just it. He just needs a little time to mature, and I think you'll get better. Young man, that calf just wouldn't go for you at times today, and he wants to get her old head up and pulled and gets her old feet kind of wampus out of her. She just don't want to come together, but I appreciate the fact that you understand that and you put that things together. That's what you got to do, right? You got to get them shown no matter what. She gets a little out of line for you at times. She don't like me standing behind her. I don't know. I don't like fat people behind her, I guess. That's okay. Young lady over here, make sure you keep that nose squared out in front. Again, you might want to step over that way just a little bit instead of directly in front of her where you can pull her head because she's got a beautiful front end. I just think that changes the way that she looks. Young man down there with that red calf is going to be my winner of this division. Congratulations to you. And again, we got to put them together. Young man right here is going to be my second place in this drive. Congratulations. You guys do a good job. Congratulations. We'll see how you come out in the next division here.
Winners out class 11, 18-year-old. First place, entry number 576, Damian Martin. Second place, entry number 399, Carlos Guerrero. Then they go for our champion senior showman. Out of class 9, our 16-year-olds. We need Ethan Alvarez, entry number 83. Out of our class 10, 17-year-old, we need Claire Deluca, entry number 502. Out of class 11, our 18-year-olds, we need entry number 576, Damian Martin. We will have a champion overall showman. We'll be needing entry number 616, Wynn Paget. Entry 142, Kimber Calhoun. Entry 394, Cecilia Guerrero. And our winner of our senior. We'd like to thank our judge, Dave Fleming, for coming out and spending his afternoon in the heat. I think we've done a great job. Kids, we've done your best. Congratulations on the winners. And congratulations on the second place people, because you're all seconds. It's been a great afternoon, I think.
super good showmen here in this drive, all three of them. I appreciate the fact that you're working hard. These cattle are tired, you're tired, it's been a long day, and I think that's where we're just kind of running out of gas down here on the end. But you know, you got two good showmen that are bringing these cattle in and still getting them stuck. That's what it takes. You know, you got to worry about this heifer's front end. Let's push that leg over like it needs to be and just make sure she stays squared up. When this middle heifer gets parked, she's gorgeous. But we've got to get her stuck sometimes. She just gets to playing and throwing her head and all that. You know, man, on this end, I told him sometimes we need to see just a little bit quicker. I appreciate the fact that he's slow and methodical about the way he goes. Well, I'm kind of dictating that when I say that, but you need to go just a little bit, kind of wake up a little bit. But you notice he's the one that's just parked here, and that's not why you're going to win today, but I like the way that the teamwork came together here for you. Young man, you're going to be my division winner. Congratulations to you. You guys did a great job. Congratulations.
Our senior showman, entry number 576, Damian Martin.
You know, I wish the crowd was bigger to see you guys, because you win your divisions, you come back here overall. I'm going to applaud you. Congratulations on a super job today. Again, your dedication, your commitment, sacrifices. Again, this passion for showing in the livestock industry. I really appreciate sharing the ring with you today. You know, you guys, you're our most valuable commodity right here. Not the cattle. I know the cattle are worth a lot of money these days, but the kiddos are the ones that make all this happen. And so congratulations to you. I'm proud to stand here in the ring with you and say that you won those divisions. Y'all are definitely done a great job. And again, congratulations to you, the people you work with, your families. It takes everybody. Go home, make sure you thank those people. You guys did a super job. I think I get to pick two winners in this drive. Again, we've got a novice, a junior, intermediate, and a senior. Just an outstanding job. The future is bright all the way through. Today, this young lady right here is going to be my champion. Congratulations to her. Outstanding job. Congratulations, young lady. Nice job. And it's close all the way. These kiddos are making me look good. It don't matter which way I go. I just proud to stand out here in the arena with you. Again, sometimes those cattle get a little unruly. You want to push through. Sometimes they don't just do what you're supposed to, and it gets a little tougher. You guys did a super job. Young man with the bull calf is going to be reserved. Congratulations.
Our champion showman, entry number 394, Cecilia Guerrero. Our reserve champion showman, entry 576, Damian Martin. We'd like to thank our judge coming out and spending his afternoon with us. I don't know if there's anybody left here to take any pictures of our champion or reserve champion showman. If there is, we might want to take a quick picture right quick. Our ribeye steak dinner is up at the front. I'm getting text that it's just about ready, so we have a little meeting beforehand, and we'll enjoy our meal. Thanks a lot. We'll be out here again tomorrow morning about 9 o'clock. See you then.